They lied to us. For months, WWE had us chasing shadows, pointing fingers, and losing sleep over who the mystery attacker was, and now that the truth is finally out, I am furious. Not because I didn't see it coming, but because of how they did it. WHO was behind it, and what it means for the future of this entire company. If you are a WWE fan and you are not talking about this right now, you are sleeping on the most important moment of the year, and I need you to wake up. Before we go any further, if you are new to this channel, welcome to Ring Rumble 1, where we do not sugarcoat, we do not hold back, and we absolutely do not let WWE off the hook when they pull moves like this. Hit that subscribe button right now, because what I am about to break down is going to blow your mind completely. Let's set the scene properly, because context is everything here. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, the head of the table, the man who single-handedly carried this company on his back for years and redefined what it means to be a top guy in professional wrestling, has been quietly building something dangerous in the shadows. Every calculated move, every cold stare, every deliberate word choice has been pointing towards something massive. And Seth Rollins, the visionary, a man who has reinvented himself more times than anyone else on this roster, a man who can be your best friend one moment and your absolute worst nightmare the next, has been right there alongside him. Now here is what absolutely nobody saw coming, and I mean nobody. These two men, former rivals, former bitter enemies who have tried to completely destroy each other's careers on multiple occasions and had some of the most brutal matches this company has ever produced, stood side by side in that ring and pointed the finger directly at the one person that nobody in that arena or sitting at home on their couch was remotely prepared for. The mystery attacker has been revealed. And the moment it happened, jaws hit the floor. The crowd went completely silent. Security looked confused. The commentary team scrambled for words. And then the entire arena erupted into absolute chaos. Now I am not going to play games with you, because this channel has always been about giving you the real breakdown without the fluff. The attacker, the person who had been operating in total darkness, striking only when the cameras weren't focused, carefully and methodically dismantling targets one by one with the kind of cold, surgical precision that screams long-term planning, was someone who had been hiding in plain sight this entire time. Someone who walked out to that ramp every single week with a smile on their face. Someone we cheered for. Someone we bought merchandise for. Someone we genuinely trusted and defended in comment sections and fan forums across the internet. And that betrayal, that is what makes this so completely and utterly maddening on every possible level. Because think about it, go back and rewatch every single promo, every single match, every single backstage segment from the past several months with fresh eyes and a completely different perspective. All those moments that seemed completely innocent and throwaway. They were not innocent at all. All those casual handshakes, those backstage conversations caught on camera, those little smirks that lasted just half a second too long. Every single one of those was planned, deliberate, intentional. A piece of a puzzle that was being constructed right in front of our faces while we sat there completely clueless and cheering like everything was fine. We were played. The fans were played. The WWE Universe was played. And perhaps most embarrassingly of all, the superstars in that locker room, people who work alongside this individual every single week, were played too. Nobody saw it. Nobody suspected it. And that level of deception requires a performer of the absolute highest caliber. Say what you want about this situation, but you cannot deny the commitment and execution it took to pull this off without a single leak. But here is where it gets even more explosive, and where this story truly separates itself from every other WWE angle we have seen in recent memory, because Roman and Seth did not just unmask the attacker and leave it there. Oh no, they dropped a bombshell directly on top of that bombshell. A piece of news so monumental, so far-reaching, and so absolutely significant that it does not just change one storyline or one title picture. It reshapes the entire landscape of WWE programming going forward for months, potentially for years. We are talking about a fundamental shift in power dynamics, a complete reshuffling of alliances that we thought were rock solid, and a change in who actually controls the narrative and the direction of this entire company at the highest level. Roman Reigns made it crystal clear in a way that only the tribal chief can: calm, cold, and absolutely chilling. He is not done. He is nowhere even close to being done. And anyone who spent the last few months writing think pieces and hot takes about Roman fading into the background or losing his grip on this company was making the single biggest mistake of their analytical lives. This was Roman Reigns sending a message to every single person watching: the fans, the roster, the management, the creative team, everybody, that when it comes to this business and this industry, he decides when the story ends. Not the writers, not the authority figures, not the fan polls or the internet reaction. Him, the tribal chief, the head of the table, always. Seth Rollins, for his part, was absolutely unhinged in the best possible way, and I mean that as the highest compliment you can give a professional wrestler. The energy he brought to this specific moment was something we genuinely have not seen from him in a very long time. This was not the theatrical, flamboyant, comedic Rollins that has been entertaining us with entrance gear and catchphrases. This was not the lovable chaos agent playing to the crowd for laughs and reaction. This was cold Seth, calculated Seth, the Seth Rollins who looks you dead in the eye and makes you genuinely uncomfortable because you cannot tell what he is going to do next or who he is willing to sacrifice to get what he wants. And that version of Seth Rollins, stripped back, focused, and genuinely dangerous, is arguably the most terrifying presence in professional wrestling today. Bar absolutely none. When Seth Rollins decides to be serious, the entire industry shifts. Championships change hands, careers get derailed, legacies get complicated, and right now, he has decided to be very, very serious indeed. The combination of these two men now united and aligned against a common enemy is something that should send shockwaves through every single person on that WWE roster. Think about what you are dealing with when these two forces combine. You have Roman Reigns, a generational talent with political savvy, physical dominance, and an entire family faction willing to do whatever it takes to protect the head of the table. And you have Seth Rollins, a man with absolutely nothing to lose, a man who thrives in chaos, and a man who has beaten almost everyone worth beating in this company at least once. Tag team partners are not safe from this alliance. Faction members are not safe. Mid-card champions are not safe. Main event stars are absolutely not safe. Nobody in that locker room can clock out and feel comfortable right now. And then there is the bombshell news itself. The announcement that came after the reveal that had the live crowd absolutely losing their minds and sent social media into a complete frenzy within minutes. I need you to understand the weight of what was announced here. This involves names, significant names that the WWE Universe had been led to believe were either completely out of the picture, finished with their in-ring careers, or simply too far removed from this storyline to be relevant. The implications of this announcement stretch from the world title picture all the way through the entire mid-card. This is not a small localized story. This is a fault line splitting wide open underneath the entire WWE Universe, and everyone standing on it is going to feel it. The ripple effects of this bombshell are going to be felt at every single pay-per-view event between now and WrestleMania. Every match card, every promo segment, every contract signing, every championship defense now has this story running underneath it like a current. You cannot watch WWE the same way after this. The landscape has fundamentally changed, and Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins are the ones who changed it. Now here is my honest, unfiltered take that I need you to sit with for a moment. WWE has been building towards something special for a while now, and there have been moments where the storytelling felt scattered, unfocused, and frankly a little lazy. But this specific sequence of events, the mystery, the build, the reveal, the bombshell, this is the kind of long-term storytelling that made WWE appointment television in its greatest eras. This is the kind of moment that you call your friends about. That you rewatch on your phone at work the next morning. That you argue about in comment sections for weeks. Whether you are a Roman Reigns loyalist, a Seth Rollins diehard, or somewhere completely in between, you cannot deny that what just happened was appointment television at its absolute finest, and WWE deserves credit for pulling it off. But now I need something from you, yes, you, watching this right now, whether you are on your phone, your TV, your laptop, or anything else. Drop your unfiltered reaction in the comments section right now. Do you think this reveal was earned after all the buildup? Do you think WWE executed this perfectly, or did they leave things on the table? Do you believe the Roman and Seth alliance is genuinely built to last, or is there another double cross sitting quietly around the next corner? Because if history has taught us absolutely anything about these two specific men, loyalty is always temporary and personal ambition always wins in the end. Share this video immediately. Your wrestling friends, your WWE group chats, your fantasy booking communities, they all need to see this breakdown right now, because this is not the kind of moment you let disappear into the algorithm without discussion. This is one of those defining WWE moments that we will still be referencing and debating years from now when we look back at this era of professional wrestling. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to Ringrumble 1 if you have not already done so, because we are not done breaking this story down. There is so much more to unpack, so many more layers to this, and we are going to be covering every single development as it happens in real time. Ringrumble 1, we go deeper than anyone else. We always have, and we are absolutely just getting started.